trying to guide believers to what he truly thinks is right. He's reading from a manuscript of scientific lore. Throw away that red box, you don't need it anymore. Dream for sure, the Lord of non-belief. If he can't prove it, no one can get ready for the brief. A dedicated skeptic, we all know what that means. He's lurking in the shadows and crushing all your dreams.
And never going to land. Don't believe in cryptids that leave footprints in the sand. Don't believe in spirits appearing from the dead. The only demons out there are living in your head. Dream crusher, the Lord of non-belief. If you can't prove it, no one can get ready for the brief. A dedicated skeptic, we all know what that means. He's lurking in the shadows and crushing all your dreams. Dream crusher, the Lord of non-belief. If you can't prove it, no one can get ready for the brief. A dedicated skeptic, we all know what that means.
Hello, everyone. I wish everyone could have seen just before we started. We came on live because Donna was playing desk drums. She was over there like,
yeah, not to the song though. It was to something else.
it was, yeah. I mean, totally out of sync with the song, but it was still fun. What's up, everybody? Woohoo!
Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy last show of 2024.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes. It is it's the year is over and we look forward to nothing but chaos in the future. Yay! Let's say hi to some people. We got Chris 52, which you guys were in here early. I saw you were in here like a half hour early. Holy crap. Teen Spirits are here. Oh, Diana wins a shirt. Guess what?
So funny.
Well, let me say hi to everybody and then I'll explain what that means. Teen Spirits is in the house. Michael Burkeen is in the house. Let's see. We got oh my god. Jade Kitten is here. We got Cat Mac. What's up? Date night. Kit Ford's in the house. Let's see. Obscure Reference Man. Hey Tim, what's going on, buddy?
Donna is not drunk.
Donna is not drunk tonight. No. Wandering Wenchy is in the house. Glenda Watt, William Wheeland, Dragon Ranger, Cool Wheel. Oh my goodness. Jillian Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
We got, I'm going down the list here, making sure I don't forget anyone. Diane's in the house. Entity 7 Paranormal, Joe frickin' Fratelli's in the house. Horror of Horror, Diana. Caroline is in the house. We got Chris Williams. We got Julie N is in the house. Formerly R. I missed that. I know it's probably not a good thing to say, but I missed that. Sue Mackey's in the house. Let's see. Wow, we got a lot. Teach It Forward. That's damn it, Bob.
Oh, you blew it, Nate.
I did. I totally screwed that one off. Elphaba was framed. Is in the house. Kim is in the house. Oh, wow. We got lots of people. That's awesome. Loretta, first time in the chat. Welcome, Loretta. Teacher Forward, guess what I've been reading today? Yes, that's correct. My first physical copy of Skeptical Inquirer, the Winchester Houseman edition. Yes. Woo-hoo! A little bit behind. That's all. That's the current one, the Schoolhouse Rock cover. That's the current
I
one,
think
but
this went out
you're
there
good.
last
Yeah.
week.
Oh yeah. Well, no, this is 2. He's 2 behind because there was the political
Oh.
one before this. Let me see. Do I got everybody? Did I get everyone? John without an H. I see you. I see Carolyn D is in the house. Daniel Reed's here. Oh my goodness. I'm catching up. I'm slowly catching up. Roger Cox is in the house. Ben Radford's in the house. Just making sure. Shauna. You know, that's weird. It's like there's certain things like I know I'm supposed to do, like date night and Shauna. Like if I don't see the names, I'm like, where are they? What's wrong with them? Are they okay? Should we call?
Yeah, right.
Giselle, what's up? How you doing? And I got your message. I saw your comment, Giselle, that we need more Donna in front of the camera. I keep saying that, but she doesn't like being in front of the camera. I do too. I think I got everybody. I think so far. I'm sure there's going to be more people jumping in. All right, so let's go over the rules, and then we can get the party started officially. The rules are, number 1, you are welcome to ask questions. That's what this is all about. It's an open mic night, so you can ask questions, and we learn together. But remember, rule number 2 is that I don't know everything. I mean, I'm not that smart. I pretend to be.
When it comes to certain things.
I play one on TV, a smart guy. I do play one, and I do like to read. I do like to never stop learning. So I do know a thing or two, but not 3 or 4. So just keep that in mind when you're asking questions. I might say I don't know. And just to curb away a future question, I did not do my homework from last time when I wrote it down. I do have it in front of me, but I did not have a chance this week.
We did do a Christmas show.
Yeah, we did a Christmas show. We had an extra show on Christmas where we were in here for an hour, and Donna got wasted.
It was a fun show.
Oh, hey, Alfaba was framed as a member for 2 months. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much. Rule number 3 is that we follow the Patrick Swayze rule here, and that's be nice. You can be in the chat room and you can discuss things. You can agree, you can disagree, you can debate, and you can state your case, both for and against, or whatever you want to do. Just do not devolve into name calling, and just don't be a dick. That's all I ask. Healthy conversation and discussion and debate is fine. I love it. I encourage it. I engage in it every single day. Just don't want any fighting. That's all. Rule number 4 is that if you do have a question for tonight, do me a favor, put a capital Q in front of it. That way it helps Dawn out when she's looking through the chat, especially when we have a lot of people that are having conversations. It helps her pick them out and then put them in the queue for later. And then rule number 5 is my favorite.
Drink up.
Drink up, my hearties. Yo ho.
I just have regular soda tonight.
Yeah, she's taking it easy tonight. We got our New Year 25. Did you see that? Gifted. Oh, thank you, Falba. That's awesome. He gifted a membership to somebody. That's awesome. Memberships are fun. We have oh my gosh, Kim became a member. Oh my god, we're on a run. Yay!
Go.
Memberships are fun because I do videos behind the scenes, and not always about paranormal topics. Sometimes I'm in my garage. Sometimes I'm in my or as Beardo says it, garage. Garage. I can't even say it the way he says it. Garage. No, I'm not. I'm going to stop now. I'm butchering it. Sometimes I'm in my basement, man cave, where I have all my nerdy superhero comic book stuff. Sometimes I'm walking. Like I posted a video that was nothing but walking my secret little path that had my action figures, the 12-inch action figures along the path. So it's fun. It is fun, and I appreciate you guys doing that. I appreciate that a lot. What I said in the beginning, we had a secret contest going that nobody knew about except for me and Donna, because Donna literally came up with it like 5 minutes before we went on. So these shirts that I have on, Pyra, and I'll show you the back. You can see it back a little bit.
Yep.
See that?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Made sure I had a hat on so you didn't see my bald spot. So we made these like, oh my God, 20 years ago? At least 2007.
So it's
2007 was when we released the book.
So we we were into it. Like
We were
in
in,
the
yeah, we were still
90s,
ghost
or
hunters.
The late 90s.
And in 2007, I put a book out with the help of Donna and Diana,
And
ironically,
Mike,
and Mike. Yeah, we all put these books together called Orbs of Dust, and they were about photography, photographic anomalies, and how to explain them, like dust and smoke and frosty breath and all this stuff. And so we got a bunch of them. We were supposed to sell them to a store in Gettysburg who had ordered them from us. And then when we got them in, he decided he didn't want to. It was too expensive and he didn't want to. So we got stuck with them.
Right,
Except we got them.
with a lot of shirts,
Yeah, we got them for our team too. But we also, we were good friends with Scott Hunt, which is, if you've ever been to Gettysburg, you've had to have eaten at Hunt's Cafe, because that's the place to eat in Gettysburg. At least it was. Because he retired this year, just a couple weeks ago.
He's closed
Yeah.
forever.
So awesome guy. It was such a pleasure every time we went down and was seeing him. But we mentioned it to him, and he's like, I'll take them. And he took a box of them, like everything we had, and he was selling them here and there. But when he retired, he sent me messages. He's like, I got some extra. Do you want them back? And I said, yeah. So he sent them to me. So Diana, shoot Donna a message and let her know what size t-shirt you want, if you and we'll send you one. Because Donna's like, wouldn't it be cool just to sit here and don't say anything and just wait till somebody says something
about the shirt? Because everybody always mentions your shirt.
Yeah,
Somebody always says something.
somebody always mentions it. So but
it was
ironically,
funny that it was
we should have set the
Diana.
rule. Like, Diana knows what it is because
I
she was
know.
part of the
Well,
group.
It's a little late now, but it was just funny. I mean,
That's like
I know,
insider
I'll give you
trading.
An extra large, because I know you just like that. I wear them, you know.
All right. So tonight, I'm probably going to try and give away a couple more. So if you're interested, I got to figure out how to do it. I might just say, like, hey, who wants a shirt, and just pick it random. I don't know yet. Don't comment yet. But
yeah, let's not.
well,
do
no,
that.
keep commenting, but just not for a shirt.
Not for a shirt, yeah.
All right. So tonight's open mic night. Oh, wait. Oh my goodness. Tonight is open mic night.
Aw, you're just a little behind on everything.
I am. I've been so swamped. You have no idea. This pile over here, that is one article that I'm working on, and it's a huge pile, and I've been working on it for much longer than I expected, because there's so much more than I expected with this case, and it's consuming me. So I've been out of it for a little bit. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to take some questions, and I'm going to put the link. I want to explain this. I'm going to put the link to join the show in the chat. If anyone is willing and able, you got to have a camera and a microphone. If you want to come on the show, hang out for a little bit, offer your opinion on some of these questions, argue with me if you want. That's fine, except for John without an H. No, it'll be
He's not
fine.
allowed to argue.
Yeah, John's not allowed to argue. He gets too philosophical for me. No, I'm kidding. But if you want to come on and hang out for a little bit and just chill, like I said, take part in the conversation, almost like, and I described this earlier, as in like a rotating panel. So like have a few people on, stay on for a few minutes, and then when there's nothing going on, if you want to just bail, you bail. Somebody else comes on, no big deal. So here we go. I'm going to put this in. Oh, I'm kidding, John without an H.
Made him sad, Ken.
I know. It's all right. I'll give him a hug later. So there you go. There's the link in the chat. So if you click on that and you pop in, we'll bring you on. All right. So let's get to some questions.
All right.
Let's see what we got tonight.
A lot of them.
Teen Spirits. What are the last one or two books you actually purchased, and where did they sit within the read pile? Oh, okay. So wow. So there's a little explanation for this, real short. Basically, what I still buy my own books, but when it's for work, I usually get Tim, the librarian. I let him know what I need, and he orders it, and then I get to use the book for the reference material that I need for an article or a video, and then the book goes into the library downstairs, which is great. Everybody wins, because now we build that library, and I get the information that I need. So the last couple books, well, the last book that I actually got, where is it? There it is. So this is on the read pile right now. That's my leisure reading. This is not work related per se. I mean, it's still going to help, but this guy, I saw him talk at SciCon, so it was fabulous. It was great to meet him. Excellent speaker, and so that's on my read pile. The other book that I had what else do I have? Oh my goodness, I don't know.
So it can't be that important.
Well, actually,
Is
the
it in
book.
your
No, the last book that I purchased myself because I wanted it for myself. You're gonna love this one. That I purchased on my own was this baby, this big thing. So, I'll butcher this. De Re Metallica. But this is by most accounts, this is the first written account of dowsing. Description of dowsing, people doing divining rods using twigs to find different ores. So it's the first one. It has the first depiction of an etching in it, and I see Joe and Dawn in the back. I'll bring them on in a second. Let me see. Oh, wait, there it is. So there's one of the first etchings right there. You see the guy with the stick pointing at the two other guys in the ditch. But this goes into a full description of the method that was being used and going back and forth. And it's actually, that book is used a lot in reference to say, hey, dowsing works. Look, they wrote about it in this book. But when they quote from the book, they only use part of it, like one paragraph. If you read the rest of the fucking chapter, you realize that the guy does not buy it. He doesn't buy into it at all. It is, Tim. Yes, it is. It is nice having my own personal librarian. Because that's your mind. Nobody else's, your mind. But yeah, so it's a great book, and I was reading that yesterday. I went through a couple chapters last night or yesterday during work. So let's see. Oh, we got let's see. Hey there, guy.
Hello, Kenny Biddle.
This was Dawn's idea.
And Donna.
Hi.
This was Dawn's idea.
Dawn
Why,
was-
Actually,
why are you
it was
pushing
my
blame on
idea.
her?
No, it was. I was like, let's go.
Yeah, she was like, we gotta save Kenny. He's bombing over here. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, that's par for the course. No worries. Well, good to see you. Hang out for a while. I'm sure we're gonna have other questions coming in. I mean, we got a whole bunch listed. So yeah, if you're good to go, we can just put a question up on the screen and we'll just talk about it. Are yous? What are you, from New York? Are yous going to have a New Year's
You
Eve
guys
show?
having a good time? Because every time I went to Buffalo, so you guys okay?
Yous guys.
Restaurant.
Yous guys.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like
Philly.
Philly. It's Philly speaking.
Yeah.
It's like G yet?
Eat,
G yet? G.
eat.
I could eat. I could have a slice. So a New Year's Eve show. We didn't talk about that.
No, we didn't.
I don't
It's
know.
It's early.
It's
coming up.
early. I don't know. Are you doing anything for New Year's?
I was kicking around the idea. I'm not
Yeah.
doing anything. I don't go out and party or anything like that. So
Yeah,
I was
No.
kicking the idea around.
Yeah.
We're old.
I don't know. I might.
Hey, we have nothing going on.
We have nothing going on. We probably could come
We
over
could
and just
have
do
an
it.
Early, like not do it for New Year's. Per
Well,
se,
why
but
don't
have,
you
like,
just
an
take a
early
nap
show.
during the day and then we'll do a New Year's Eve live. We'll just start at 11 and
For
we'll
the
just be on
Eastern
here and chat.
Standard
And then
people?
we can do all like, yeah, for everyone like we did on
Take a
Christmas.
nap.
That
Yeah,
way,
I'm gonna
take a nap. And then we'll be up till midnight. And then there you go.
You know, an hour show is not going to cut it.
Well,
it'll
2
be
hours.
longer than
It'll be
that.
2 hours. All right.
We'll think about it, and we'll put a post out there.
All right.
Someone was asking why we weren't impressed with Dollywood yesterday. Joe?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that one. We got one posted up here.
Roger Cox, is Pastor Bob Joyce Elvis Presley? I don't know what that means.
I
don't know. I don't know what that means.
I just know that Elvis is dead, but
Elvis is dead. He's been dead for quite a while.
Maybe.
But somehow he's still alive. I don't, according to tablets.
Somehow. Okay, I got a book you might like. It's called The United States of Cryptids, written by Joe W. Ocker. Oh, United States of Cryptids. I might have that. I'll have to look. I'll have to check with me first, but I'll have to look. Because I
wouldn't be surprised if he did.
I mean, dude, one of the things we were talking about, Donna actually came over to the center of this week and did some volunteer work. And because she was bored the one day, and I was like, come on over. I'll find something for you to do. I couldn't, because most everything I do, I have to do myself. But there was one I want to put. I used to have an app on my phone called Library Thing, and it would catalog all my books. And that kind of crashed on me. So I got a different app that other people use, and I want to catalog all my books, because there's some like 500-600 books here, easy. And sometimes I forget what I got, and I end up buying it again or a third time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's probably what I'll end up doing next week.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah.
For the first time in my life, real quick, because we're talking cryptids here for a second. When we went up to Dollywood, I had to make a turnaround, and I pulled into a place that literally had a Bigfoot store. Literally.
Wow.
I was like, I wanted to walk in there. I wanted to, but I wanted to be a smart ass and say, he's not real, but ghosts are, and just walk out.
I've had that happen. I've had people say like, "Oh, well, ghosts aren't real," but when you start saying anything about Bigfoot, whoa, that Bigfoot's real. What are you talking about? Bigfoot's real. Why weren't you impressed with Dollywood, Joe?
So over 20 years ago, my daughter, she was a baby still. We went to Dollywood. We were there for 3 hours. We left because it was terrible. So then I'm thinking, it probably got better, because now they're forced to compete with the other amusement parks regarding the roller coasters. So we went ahead. We went. Matt and Helena was there with Matt's family. So we went just for the hell of it. And it was freaking packed. I'm not even joking. The parking lot is done in sections, and I think if you combine all the parking lots together, it is bigger than Dollywood. Wow. The roller coaster selection was just terrible. They had a couple cool rides, whatever. I only rode 2 roller coasters. Too many people, too expensive.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Just,
You think it's just because
it's good cinnamon bread, though. It was good cinnamon bread.
What'd you say?
It could be just crazy busy because of the holiday. I mean, it's
maybe.
Christmas.
It was the busiest day. That's one of the park attendants said. It was the busiest day of the year.
Yeah,
that's I do not like amusement parks. I can't stand them. I can't stand the people.
I really do love amusement parks, mostly for the roller coasters. That's the only reason why I go. I've never had a bad experience at an amusement park, but like just you hear Dollywood,
Yeah,
like
but it's Dolly. Like it would be that we didn't go to the theaters, we didn't go to the shows.
Yeah, but I don't do that. That's what old people do. But
if people
you are old, bitch.
If people like Dolly, they're gonna like the shows. They're gonna like the shops. Joe is just a bitch.
Oh, I want to shout out to Kim. Thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate that. Give you some hugs back. That's nice.
But I agree with him. The rides were just like there's not enough, and I couldn't ride because of my shoulder. But yeah, I didn't think of it as a theme park. Definitely more for like the ambiance. It was really nice for the Christmas lights and stuff. But
Yeah, it is really
not for Joe.
And did you wish our buddy Jason a happy birthday?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, first thing this morning, bitch, my alarm went off.
Yeah, that was like an hour ago. He beat you to it.
Yeah, if anyone is wondering, today was Jason Hall's birthday, and I wished him a happy birthday. And chatted with him this morning. So yeah, definitely. All right, moving on. What else we got?
There was a question for Dawn.
Ooh, Dawn, what is your channel name?
Well, I don't know if you're. I don't think you have mods. It's really like Dawn _of_the_.
You can type it.
Dawn of
in.
the Dead.
Yeah, we don't. I don't have any
underscore
restrictions.
after every word because I had to do it that way.
Yeah, I don't have any restrictions on the comments and.
I think YouTube does though.
Do they? I put my link in there all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
think if
you
I'm
own the
not-
channel.
Yeah,
Oh,
if I'm
fuck
not
yeah,
a mod,
dude.
I can put it in there as a mod, but it's literally like Dawn _of_the_dead.
I can
Dawn of the
find
Dead.
it. And I
and
can
you'll
share it.
find it. But, yeah.
So, Dawn.
I'm gonna talk about the S's method this weekend. Joe's gonna join me, so Kenny
God,
can.
why?
He can
It's
comment.
okay. It's okay, Kenny. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
I know.
We
I
don't
did
like
see
it, but I'm going to talk about my first experience, and it is a little strange, and I'll get feedback, and I would love for you to see it. I'll send you a link if you don't have my channel,
Okay.
and you can give your opinions in the chat with everybody else because it is different.
You don't want Kenny's opinion.
Well, no, I do. I don't.
I hear Don.
Kenny and I have gone back and forth on certain things, like just like Dawson. We
Yeah,
do.
not as bad though. We
Not
give
as bad as
Dawson shit.
Dawson, yeah. But I love Kenny and Donna. Like I appreciate everything. So
Oh,
I
thank you.
would want you to see this episode because it is different. It's not the same as the typical S's, and I would want your opinion as a professional. So yeah, I'll send you the link at some point.
I mean, that's all. Anyone that asks for help or an opinion, I mean, that's all I can ever offer. I can look at it and I can tell you what I see, and if I see something that stands out, then I'm going to mention it. That's it. And then, everyone just takes it as it is. Like you can take it and say, all right, well, maybe you got a point and think about it for a little bit, or you can take it and say, you know what? I don't like you anymore. I'm not going to talk to you. So there you go.
And I like how you did the S's method, at the Bel Air house, because then you got that experience. We had a few things interesting come through. It really
But was it
was.
it
Not
was-
paranormal, probably, but it was interesting.
There was that one part where we said something. It was in regards to you, something like
They
who's
came
sitting
back
here or something like that, and literally you said skeptic. We were like, holy crap! What are the odds?
Oh, man.
Like,
All
I think
right.
he said Kenny's an asshole, and he was like skeptic.
Who's an asshole? Me. All right. Puerto Rican, what's up? Joe wouldn't like Raw's Wild Subway Safari at random location stations around New York City. I don't know what that is.
I have no clue. No
I've
clue.
No
never
clue
been
what
to
that
New
is.
York City.
Maybe just riding the subways around New York. He's comparing it to.
I mean, I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that. I don't want to like.
I don't want to do that. No way. No way,
I
man.
If I want to set,
I will
set on
not.
Fire and,
We were talking about this the other night. Like I've been to New York City a few times, and I will never go back. I'm done. I hate it going through there. I hated walking through. I hated everything about it. So I'm
Watch
good. I don't need
where
to
my
ever go
dad's side
back.
of the family, after they got off the boat, that's where they lived, was in New York. And
I think if you live there, like you grew up there, it's different. You're used to
Right.
it. You know the people. You know the neighborhood. You know everything. But I just didn't. I didn't care for it whatsoever.
I will say, because it was Matt who actually found the hotel, and he's like, oh, it's the Kennedy Inn or whatever it is in Jamaica, New York,
Yeah.
which I didn't
New
pay.
York.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
didn't realize it because I kept getting these things. Hey, find out things to do in Jamaica. I'm like, why am I getting things for Jamaica? I wasn't connecting the two, and I will say that even though that we were in Jamaica, New York, I felt safer there than I did being in Detroit.
It's been a while. We drove through Detroit.
We stopped once.
Yeah, because we were visiting friends, and we were right on the edge, right outside of Detroit, and we went into Detroit, drove around just so we could say we could, but it was like, all right, we're just gonna
let's just keep
Did you
going.
lock
look
your
forward. Keep
They're like,
going.
"Lock 'em up."
Don't stop.
I don't think this was a great idea.
It's a
Try
red light. I don't care about the red light.
right.
going.
And, when we did repo, the police would tell us, red lights, treat them as a 4-way stop at night.
Wow.
Look both ways, make sure there's no traffic, coming in whatever direction, and just go.
Right.
That's scary.
All right. Let's move on. Oh, John with that an H. What is your own personal most controversial opinion among other skeptics? What is your own personal? Oh, so this is something I actually do. I have a discussion about a lot. Is that my willingness, sometimes too much willingness, to work with almost anyone. I mean, some skeptics that I've engaged with, I would say were borderline more cynics, because they just had their opinion, and they were pretty much, it was both sides of the spectrum here. You had the cynical people that are just, they made up their minds that nothing is real, it's all stupid, and everyone that does it is just, they're idiots. And the other extreme, if you have the full on believers that just think skeptics are evil people, no matter what. If you ask a question, you're wrong, and you should believe just because they tell you to. So I've dealt with both, and I have the opinion that, hey, let's work together. Like, so many people would be upset with me, and some people did voice their opinion that what the hell was I doing when I did that Estes method. I had done it before. I still thought it was stupid. My own personal opinion. But I still did it because we were with you guys. You guys wanted me to do it. So I did it to show you, like, hey, I can do this. I'm going to do it. Maybe you're doing something different that I don't know about, that I'm not aware of. So but that's the point. That's the point. Maybe you're doing something different. I don't know until I actually go through it. And I want to show you that I'm not just faking it. I'm not just saying I did when I didn't, that I did do it. I did it in front of all you guys. Still nothing. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's my own controversial thing. And besides, I also totally believe in the Force is real. So
Yeah.
for everyone else, I don't care what you think. I am closed-minded about that subject. The Force is real, and I have it. Just can't figure out how to turn it on.
I think it's important too, that whether people believe or not, to have a better understanding of, things like that. Doing the Estes method or using other pieces of equipment, to at least use it just to see, right? You have get an idea of what it's like being in that situation using that gear. Get some knowledge on
Experience.
it, other than get experience from it. Because although I don't care about the gear and stuff like that, people are going to use it anyways if they want to. It really depends on how they're using the gear. Are they using it because they're just curious? Are they using it to create a narrative and get videos out there? It goes off, it must be, things like that.
Right.
But there are other reasons why a lot of investigators do use that, and it could come to claims that are being made by the owner or staff at a location, saying, hey, when this is used here for some reason, it always goes off. And, it's always assumed that it's spirit communication. So it's like, well, let's see what's happening here. Let's set up a REM pod.
Right.
See what happens. And then try to figure out why.
I
Same
agree.
thing.
I mean, you have
That's
to.
part of investigating.
Yeah. If somebody says, I mean, that should be a part of any investigation, whether you consider yourself a believer, a skeptic, science-based, whatever. But if somebody makes a claim, you're supposed to follow the claim. Like, let's test the claim. So if somebody does say, for your example, that if we use this REM pod device in this room, it goes off. So therefore, that claim dictates you have to have a REM pod in order to go in that room and see if it goes off. And when it does, why? Figure it out. That's what we do. So,
right.
that's
Same
why I have a
thing.
display cabinet full of equipment, that I don't use anymore, or that I still have occasionally I use because, you know, I need to experience it for myself to figure out what's going on.
Right. You know, just like anything, like, you know, the Estes method or just using a spirit box. Hey, you know, people say they're getting communication, you know, wherever, and then you turn it on and just, you know, see what happens. And again,
what
for
happens,
Dawn and
yeah.
I, you know,
It's fun.
nothing but there's a lot of reasons why people do use that stuff.
Right.
And it's for legitimate reasons. It's not like trying to fool anybody.
Right.
But-
Yeah. It's well, I think there's a gray area sometimes with legitimate reasons. Like, yeah, I think there's sincerity there. Like
Right.
people are trying to be genuine because they are basing it off their beliefs that they truly believe. But when it comes to certain groups that claim to be scientific, they're demonstrating that they are not scientific because they haven't fully investigated or researched the device and what it does and how it's supposed to be used. Yet they still use it.
There's a difference between using science and then using something with science just behind it, like the REM pod. There is science with the REM pod, and it's just it goes off when something gets close or a temperature change or whatever, right? But outside of that, it's not science to use a REM pod on an investigation.
Right.
Necessarily.
There's no scientific basis for using and I'm not even going to call it a REM pod because it's a junior Thurman. So
right.
There's no scientific basis right now that we know of for using a junior Thurman to look for ghosts or talk to ghosts. There's nothing to back that up. It's basically playing lawn darts, and that's it without knowing the rules. You're just throwing darts and seeing what happens. And if it happens to land in a circle and you score a point, yay! But there is no circle. There's just not.
There's just connecting dots and hope and wishing.
Okay. All right, we gotta move.
Yeah, let's move on.
We got so many questions piling up. This is great. Chris Williams, what plans do you two have for 2025? Will you also do more ghost hunting with other teams? Absolutely. I mean, I will. I don't. This is probably to you guys because Donna doesn't usually go out with me. So,
I would like to see Donna go out and do something. I think it would be funny because I mean, didn't you say that Donna's more on the believer side, and well, of course you're skeptic.
I'm done with going to ghost hunts. I'm like,
she has
no reason for me to sit.
Well, what if we come up there to the Hinsdale house or something up there? Like Donna would join, would she?
It doesn't interest her.
No, I
mean, it really doesn't.
I would maybe show.
Do you want to meet Joe Vitale?
Who the hell would want to meet me?
But that's the only reason I would show up because
she sees you on the screen. She doesn't mean to meet you.
I know. That's why I said.
Not that. I just like
we'll have pizza and wings. That's cool.
Yeah,
we'll
I would go more for like the building structure and checking out like an older home. The whole ghost thing.
Yeah,
this is not really the place that you want to do that.
Exactly why I wouldn't be going.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Like a nice grand mansion or chateau.
I'm not gonna sit in the cold or the heat. I'm just not gonna do it.
All right.
Yeah, no, it would be cool. Again, I do want to investigate again with Kenny next year. That would be cool.
We'll do something.
You haven't had enough of me yet?
No, but we're gonna come up there because I want to get him to Buffalo.
I really, like I said, I enjoyed the hell out of investigating with you at the Monroe House, even more so than like the Bel Air House. But the Bel Air House, there's like yeah, that way. That Burger King.
Yeah, you didn't do much at the Bel Air House except visit the bathroom. Yeah. So if there was any
I loved it. Like sometimes I'll be like, okay, we'll wake him up, and everybody's like, no, just
let him go. Let him sleep.
Just let him go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sue Mackey. QQQ. Favorite character and why in To Kill a Mockingbird? And you can't say I don't Atticus or Boo. I have no idea. I've never read that. I never had any desire to read that book, so I can't.
I've never read it.
Yeah.
I've never read it.
I mean, most of the books that I read, the majority of the books behind me are more educational.
And reference.
And reference. There's a lot of like this. All these here are regional ghost books or like how to ghost hunt, which all suck. But then there's a lot of photography, video editing over here. These three or four shelves are that reference. These are all science over here and above. And then there's more reference materials all around. You don't see like there's still 1, 2, 3, 4 more shelves over there. But yeah, I've never read it. If I don't read a science or educational book or like a history book, something for history, something to do with work, I'm reading more like it would be fantasy. Dragonlance, the Dragonlance series, if anyone's into that. I mean, that was my favorite series, and I've read those books like 2, 3, 4, probably 6 or 7 times over. But that's it. So good question, though. I mean, I guess I say good question, and I'm like trying to fake it because I've never read it. I know it's a classic, but I have been searching all over for a copy of Orbs of Dust. Are there still copies left? Oh, no, there is not.
You can make your own Orb of Dust book.
Just clean your house.
Just dust the house up real good while you're dusting. Just take pictures and make sure that you have a light really close to your lens to whatever camera you're recording. And you can have, an interactive type of book as well.
It's an older book. I mean, again, we published it in 2007. It was not edited, so it's got some errors, some grammar and spelling errors, but the basic information is strong. If you send me an email that's scrolling across here as an email to that address, I will send you the PDF so that you can read it.
That's nice.
Yeah, because I had done that after we sold them because we literally printed everything. This was before print on demand.
It was
we literally sat around a dining room table at Diana's house and printed them.
The 4 of us
folded them, cut, stapled the middle, folded them up, cut the ends off.
Yeah,
everything. So when we go to break, I'll try to find the copy that I have. I only have 1 copy. But everything else was sold. Yeah. But I'll send you the PDF.
That's the book that he's going to be redoing.
Yeah, that's in progress because I'm updating it. So
that would be cool. I was just going to say, why don't you just update it? And
I am. I am slowly but surely. Yeah. I'm supposed to be, but every time I sit down and start writing squirrel.
Yeah. Anything but.
Devon Zipper, what's up? Are there any updates on the Scopes Trial Centennial Conference? I haven't seen any tickets links. That I honestly have no idea. I don't know. I'm not on that committee. I'm not actually part of any of that planning. I know that actually what you want to do, if you send, so instead of sending an email to Kay Biddle at Center for Inquiry, if you send one to E. Shaver, so ESHAVER, Eric Shaver, at centerforinquiry.org, he'll be able to give you more information because he's actually working on that project. And that's Eric behind the wall here. So he can give you much more information.
Tim says after the first year.
Okay.
They'll have more information.
Thanks, Tim. Yeah.
So it'll be coming up.
Yeah.
So keep a lookout for it.
Right. Yeah, I'm probably not. I'm not going. I have no plans on going. I know it's going to be kind of a small thing, but I'm not involved with that at all. What do you think of the so-called plasma balls are in New Jersey? They got plasma balls now?
What the hell's going on in New Jersey?
Is that like related to the cat balls? Let me see.
The drones?
Well, the drones have been going on for like the past 3 years anyways around this time of year. I don't know why it's getting this much attention this time around, but...
1 week ago, plasma ball in New Jersey. Clear footage.
Oh, my God.
I bet it's an ultrasound picture.
Oh, my God. This looks like... Oh, I'm going to share this picture. I'm going to share. Yeah, I'm going to share. I'm sharing it. Shush.
This is crap.
Shush. We will all share in the torture.
All right, Carl. Thanks.
Yeah,
There.
that is like the
Clear.
egg going to the fallopian tubes, and there's something going on. That's an ultrasound picture.
It looks like
You
an out
know-
of focus plasma ball, like
It
the
does.
desktop one.
It does look.
Disco ball.
It does look definitely out of focus.
Yeah.
But it also wouldn't surprise me if somebody like had captured like a piece of dust or whatever, and then went in and did some editing. But it's a lot of work for something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
This
a
is.
fallopian tube picture.
Oh my god. I'm telling you, man.
You gotta.
Oh my gosh.
People will try anything.
10 didn't Kim already?
Yeah, I think
Oh
you
my god.
did.
Kim, you are my new best friend. you awesome. Thank you so much again. I mean, that's all you guys are like rock stars. The first time Kenny answered a question for me, I was so humbled he actually answered me. You guys are heroes and teachers and elders. Well, I do look the
Oh,
part.
yeah.
I am
look
an
the
elder. I think I'm older than Kenny. I'm an elder.
Are we being called old?
Didn't we talk about this? I don't know if you're older than me.
I'm
No.
50.
Oh yeah, I'm older than you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, by like
I thought
3
you were
years.
Two.
2 years.
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
52.
I'll be,
Yeah.
I'll be 51 in March.
Thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. And absolutely. I mean, that's what the show is about. I mean, answering questions and having conversations. So if you have questions, that's why we do this. And that's why like Joe and Dawn do their shows when they do lives. That's why Seg does his lives and everyone else like Beardo. And we all do it so that we can answer your questions and share the information, education, and get along.
We
Yeah.
really need to get Beardo and Side Eye Guy, all of us together,
Everybody
and
for a big one.
yeah,
That would be great.
Cheer.
If
Next
I
summer.
mean,
It was supposed to be this summer. Next summer.
yeah. All right.
Question for you.
Ben Rafford. Why'd you let him in? Is it more accurate to say that you solved a few mysteries? Oh my God, he's still harping on this. This is from last week, I think.
Really?
Is it more accurate to say that you solved a few mysteries that Ben Rafford couldn't solve or just didn't solve? You know, because maybe he was busy doing other stuff. No, I think it's more accurate that so yeah, like it came up about the because he shared my Home Alone article.
For sharing the article.
It's yeah, and then
You, Ben.
he forgot that I solved 2 other mysteries that he could not.
threw your
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, he gave me.
Yeah.
But no, you know, honestly, I'm all joking aside. Like Ben is one of my mentors. He's my editor right now, but he is one of my mentors. I learned a lot from him. So, are you really mocking me? Anyway,
We love you, Ben.
yeah, we love you.
I love you.
But yeah, he's taught me a lot. And if you can, I mean, I definitely recommend his books. There's Scientific Paranormal Investigation. And I think the other one is called Investigating Ghosts, a scientific approach to investigating spirits and stuff like that. If you look up Ben Rafford on Amazon, you'll find all his books. And I have them all on the shelf behind me, right next to Joe Nickel, Ben. But yeah, I've learned a lot from him. So it's been fun. It's been fun working with him. I like when it turns out that way. Like sometimes you meet your mentors and you realize like they're dicks, and it's heartbreaking. But other times you get to meet them and it's like, oh, we've worked on some projects together and it's fun when we get on a show together, especially when we're on a show together. Oh my God, we have so much fun. And the just the information and just flows and we work well together. So, all right, I kissed his ass enough.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I was gonna say you're missing the lipstick.
I got to reapply. Is that what you're saying? I mean,
Yeah.
you're more experienced at this than I am, Joe. So
You need some
what do you
gloss.
think?
No, Joe doesn't kiss ass. It's the one thing people need to know. Gets me in trouble.
Kenny, if you ever want to do a giveaway and you tell me ahead of time, I would be more than happy to create some trivia for you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do some of that, by all means. Tim was nice enough. Tim Bingo, our librarian, was nice enough he came up with a list. So we actually have a list of questions over there that coincide with magazines that we have, Skeptical Inquirer magazines. So actually, you were going to do a trivia question. You want to do one right now?
Well, let's do it right before the break.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So
let's do 10 more minutes and then
10 minutes. We'll do another trivia question, and we'll see how you guys do, and you can win a prize.
Anytime you want to throw us off, Kenny, more than welcome to.
Well, goodbye. Click.
Okay, that works too.
No one else has come on. Are those smelly markers on your desk, Kenny? Smelly markers. Oh no, that's a highlighter. Just a regular highlighter. Regular one. I don't have the smelly ones. I have a problem. I would end up tasting them because it's like they smell so good. I'll be like,
I totally forgot that those existed.
oh
It
my
smells like
goodness.
rum.
Oh,
Rum markers. You need to create some.
that would be really bad. That would be really so bad. But no, I don't have them. But if you ever see them, horror, and you're like, hey, Kenny would like these, feel free to send them my way. At the Center for Inquiry, care of Skeptical Inquirer, P.O. Box 703, Amherst, New York. Kim, Seg, Mythos, and Mr. Gray were meeting up tonight in the UK, and there may be a chance Seg will be this way late summer. Kenny, you're not that far away. I know. I have been in talks with Seg. We have something planned. So I can't reveal anything now, but we have been talking about an idea, and you'll have to stay tuned to find out. Or maybe I'll reveal it to my members.
Yeah, well, you reveal it to your members, then everybody's gonna know.
All right, never mind.
We're trying to see what's gonna work out, and we may meet up with him as well.
Awesome. That would be good. That would be really good. Oh my goodness. We got Horror of Horror. Wait. Let me put this up real quick. Oh, you did it. We did it at the same time. I'm going to do it. There. Okay. Mystery Machine and Specialty Fund. Thank you, Horror of Horror, for the $20. Oh my goodness. You guys are awesome. I love you guys.
Right.
I mean,
Thank you.
we should have end of the year shows all the time. No, I'm kidding. This is great. And I want to make sure everybody understands, like, all the memberships and donations that come in. Like, I don't actively seek them out, but if you guys want to do that, that's great. That's awesome. It stays within the work, so I don't go out and actually buy rum with it. It actually stays in what I do here. So it helps me go out when I go to investigations and stuff like that. It actually helps with the whole investigation. So thank you very much. I appreciate you guys helping my work.
I was going to ask you. There's a Wilderness Trail here in Kentucky. Makes a rum, and I think they put it in their bourbon barrels. I don't know if you'd be interested in trying that, because it's very limited edition. But
Yes.
if I ever come up there and visit, I should bring you some of that.
I agree. I agree. I highly encourage that behavior. So yeah, I have a bottle at home that it's rum and tequila.
Oh yeah, you haven't tried.
Yeah, this is rum bourbon.
Yeah, I'm
And
afraid
succulent.
to try it because rum and
I
tequila.
think I tried
I'm not,
it years ago, and
Yeah.
it has a sweetness to it. Maybe I'll send it instead. I don't know when we'll be up there, but I may send
Okay.
it.
Yeah, wait till you come up. I'd rather get it in person. That way we can enjoy it all together. All right. What else? We'll do Wandering Wenchy. Sorry, I cut your question off, Wandering Wenchy, but I wanted to get to that donation. Okay, I saw a para-lantern, a K2, and a REM pod used in a circle of people. When the devices affect each other, affect the others. So the REM pod works. They actually work on. I know the K2 and the REM pod work on different ideas, different concepts. Power lantern, I'm not sure what that does, but I have an idea. If it's what I'm thinking about, it's also an EMF. It's basically an EMF that's in a lantern. So instead of the little LED lights, you have the lantern lights. But the REM pod is more of a, it's almost like a grounding circuit, a closing circuit. So it's a, oh my gosh, I'm blanking out on the capacitor. That's what it is. It's a capacitor, where you have the one side of the capacitor, and then the other side of the capacitor is you, or whatever conducting material gets near the antenna, and that completes the circuit, stores the amount of power between the two, and the closer it is, the higher the power that's saved or generated, and it affects the signal. Whereas a K2 meter is reading the magnetic field off of a electrical source. So if there's power flowing, it's reading the magnetic field, not the electric field, mind you, but the magnetic field. That's the measurement in milligauss or Teslas that it's giving you. So it's the strength of the field, which can drop off significantly only a few inches from the source. So I've done this before. This fan, this is a little desk fan. If I had the EMF meter right here, it's off the charts. It's over 200 milligauss. But if I take it back about 6 inches, it drops down to single digits. That's how significant the drop is. So these are two different concepts. The EMF meters will not affect each other. You can have them next to each other. It won't do anything. So basically it's okay the way they have them. Oh my goodness, Kim. Wow. Like, wow. I'm amazed. Here's $10 for the rum, and you can buy me a coffee sometime. Okay, come on over. Come on down.
No, this was. Go ahead, Kenny.
You choking there? You dying?
I think I'm getting.
Don't go off camera.
We were in a cold weather yesterday at Dollywood, so yeah.
That'll do it.
This is something that I did test out. It was something that I noticed didn't test out. But I don't know if now that digital recorders and stuff like that are more updated, whatever, through tech. I remember doing a EVP session, and we had an EMF meter. We had asked a question, and then seconds later, the EMF meter would go off. And I started to notice that this may actually have something to do with the digital recorder, with the digital recorder's mic responding to sound. That was very silent, and it was only every time that we spoke, like, I don't want to say seconds later, but it was so just a short time later, the EMF meter would show. So I went and I put it to the test to see if maybe what's happening was the EMF responding to the microphone on the digital recorder. So I tried that, and the results were the same. So then I'm like, and so now it's like, whenever you do an EVP session,
right?
Keep the EMF meter far away from.
That's interesting.
The recorder.
I mean, I can understand like the diaphragm reacting because you're creating a magnetic field, a pulsing magnetic field when you're speaking, and the microphone's picking it up. I can understand the strength of the field changing, but I would think that it would have to be very close.
It was just a few inches from it. Yeah,
that might do it. Yeah, that might do it. That's interesting. That's a good catch. See, that's the right context of using good catch. Not when you see all these like people posting pictures of their smoke and going, good catch.
No, and I read that like a bad bar joke. A paralantern, a K2, and whatever meter walks into a bar. I read it like a bad bar joke.
That's good. All right, you want to go on break?
Yeah, do you want to do a...
Yes, we have.
So what are we giving away? We have a...
Well, shh, we can't tell what it is because it has to do with the question.
Oh, right. Oh,
okay,
sorry.
so Don's going to read a trivia question for everyone. This is one you got to look up. So
Yeah, so get your fingers ready.
forget your. Here you go. Here you go.
The Skeptical Inquirer had a different name when it started in 1976. What was it called? And who was the editor before Ken Frazier?
There you go. We're gonna go to break right now. So if you want to hang out, Joe,
Yeah,
that's
we can
cool.
do that.
Joe and Dawn, you can hang out. We're gonna go to break, and Donna's gonna monitor the comments and stuff, see who gets it right. But we all will be back here in 4 minutes and 9 seconds from now.
And now for something completely different.
Welcome, my fellow skeptics. Welcome, one and all. I am the chief investigator. Oh, come along, old chap. We will have a ball. Now, if you will excuse me, it's time to open the mic. Good night. Good night. Kenny Biddle, the name investigates my game, and I will have at it. Quid pro quo. As the head of this committee, hunting for ghosts can be shitty, but there is nothing better that I know. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? Let's open the bar and have some questions, alright? Maybe you might find an answer or two. I will find the truth this night and day. And if my name is not Kenny Biddle, then I assure you here I will not stay. Good day! Kenny Biddle's the name, ghost hunting's the game. I won't let anything get in my way. Too many fakers out there, too many chefs, too many tongue tappers, none of it makes any sense. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? Let's open the bar and ask some questions, alright? Maybe you might find an answer or two. Who knows? There may be ghosts in the machine, but trust me, I am not so keen. I prefer to see these things clearly, not in 144 P. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? If you don't think I am right, let's open mic night. Yeah, yeah. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? If you don't think I am right, let's open mic night. Yeah. If you have an answer or two, let Kenny Biddle solve it for you. Let Kenny Biddle solve it for you. The one and only Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle. Kenny
The one and only Kenny Biddle.
I know, isn't it catchy? Oh my goodness. I love singing that.
Yeah, you can see him.
We just did a short video. here that I'm going to post in later is in the member section. Oh my goodness. Woo! All right, we have a winner, right? We have a winner.
Yes, we do.
We have a winner. What do we got?
The first one, we had a few winners, but the first one that came through, Larby.
Woo! And there is a copy. That is a copy of the first issue, which is called the Zetatech.
The Zetatech.
And it was edited by Marcello Truzzi. That was our first editor of the magazine. And then he left due to, let's say, creative differences. He left, and then Ken Fraser took over and had been our longtime editor for since last year. It was a long time. So, Laura, do me a favor. Send me a email. I'm going to put my email back up on the screen here. Send me an email, please, with your mailing address, and I will send you this. And if you send me a size, I will send you one of these T-shirts.
Oh.
There you go. So send me.
Special.
These are like generic. Would you say they're like usually just men's?
They're men's sizes.
They're men's sizes. So whatever you take in a men's size, we have.
Well, small is like a child size, I guess, and then up through 4XL.
Medium through 4XL.
Yeah.
So let me know, and I'll get it out to you this week. So yay, I love doing that shit.
Woo-hoo.
All right, we got a lot of questions. So if you guys want to hang out, that's cool.
Well, thanks for having us on longer.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, I open it up. I'm going to put the link in the chat again, just to make sure if anyone else wants to join us and hang out.
So you kick Don and Joe off. Like, somebody join.
Somebody please join.
I sang the solo there.
I-
I belong here for 5 more minutes.
You don't have. I'm not kicking anyone off. Don't worry.
No, it's okay.
Let's get through these questions.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, we can have a bunch of people on here, which is fine. But we just won't get to all the questions.
Yeah.
What do you think of all the UFO drones popping up everywhere lately? I think I've said it a bunch of times. I don't mind saying it again. I didn't want it to come off that way. It sounded like that, but basically, I think people were flying drones, which they can at night. They're allowed to. They were doing it, and I think people just started noticing them more. That's it. And then, especially in Jersey, if you're on the highway or something like that, and you see lights up in the sky, I think people were just doing exactly what they always do. They see a light in the sky and they think, "Oh, I don't know what that is. Therefore, I'm going to post it and say it's a UFO." And I think that just made it take off. Instead of fact checking, they conspiracy theorist all their way. So I don't think there's much to it at all.
Yeah,
what do you?
were talking about it. I mean, it could be just people flying around looking at Christmas lights. It could be something that simple.
Something that simple. Yeah.
And it's getting so dark so early now that
Yeah.
people are out earlier and they're not used to seeing things, between that 5
Right.
and 7 o'clock hour. All
Plus-
of a sudden they're seeing stuff that maybe was there before. They never noticed it because it's not dark.
I think more of the videos than not, they are not drones. The ones that I've seen, they are actual planes and
Right.
helicopters.
Mhm.
So, I mean, they're easily identifiable. So when people are sharing them, they're sharing them just to get views, just to
Right.
get people to pay attention to them. And I think it's just the way our society is now. It's clickbait
Attention.
society. Yeah, I want attention. Just look at me. Look at what I have. I'm part of this too. So Donna being a skeptic, I know, Tim, right?
So I do fly a drone. It's a small drone,
Yes.
but apparently the drones, not all. Some of the drones are like the size of freaking cars or something.
Mm.
I did see.
Honestly, if that's the case, then it's probably government doing something and saying, "Hey, they're not a threat. Don't worry about it. Whatever." But yeah, the stuff that I have seen, a lot of it is people just flying drones,
Yeah.
and that's dangerous at night because, like with my drone, I can't see at night. If I was to put my drone up in the air, The only thing that I'd be able to see are just tiny little like street lights or
Right.
outlets or whatever. That's dangerous. I can't see power lines. I can't see anything.
Right.
Wow.
And I mean, the drones are supposed to have anti-collision lights, and when you
Mhm.
look at some of these videos carefully, they do. They
Mhm.
absolutely do, and that's a dead giveaway. There was something. Oh man, I had
I
a
was
thought.
gonna
Totally
I was gonna bring out my drone, but yes, you have a red and a green light on
through
front and
navigation.
back.
Yeah.
Right. That way I know what direction I'm going, where to turn and stuff like that. Because again, when you're flying your drone away from you, going left is left and going right is right. It's opposite when it's flying towards you. So those lights are important for us to remember this. But I honestly think the government's just out there, flying out their toys and things like that. And they're just like, and again, not all of it. Just some.
Yeah.
Hey, look, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to say here. Move on.
Right.
People playing with their drones,
Mhm.
peeping in houses, stuff like that. All right.
This is a
What else?
statement
Teach us
from
forward.
Earlier.
Pastor Bob Joyce as Elvis Link. It's a 24-minute video. Oh, okay. All right, we can take a look at that. I'll write it down with the rest of my homework that I didn't do,
Yeah.
and see what that is. Pastor
Bob Joyce
Bob Joyce
as Elvis.
as Elvis. Oh my, that just sounds bad.
You're gonna make me watch this?
Yeah, we're gonna watch it and we're
Oh my
gonna
God.
laugh and complain and bitch and moan and everything. All right, keep going. What else we got here? Chris, what's up, Chris? Dawn is your. Oh,
It's still the same
we
thing.
didn't do this.
I think she's still
Dawn __the__dead. Yeah.
After every word, there's an underscore.
Word of the dead.
Did you
So
put it
that's
on?
on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's not coming up.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the butt, yeah, to get it to come
Well,
up.
I couldn't give it as like Dawn of the Dead by itself. It was already taken. So it's underscore
Okay.
after every word.
Right. So I did
can
that. I
Type
put
in.
it.
I'll
yeah,
type
I
into
put
your
it-
chat. I can type into your chat.
Yeah, type it
And then
into the
click
private
on
chat. And then we'll go from there. I'll put it in the chat.
Well, I'm
room.
not in the private chat because Joe's signed in, but I'll go into your like right now, and then I have mine. Yeah.
No, I mean the
No,
private
you
chat on
can
here.
you can do it here, Don.
Oh,
Don's
Yeah.
not really
You do
familiar with
you do it because you're.
That's
on
all right.
the
Yeah, put it in
Mine
there, and then
are-
we'll send it out.
It's not. I mean, it's nothing major. Like, but my Estes method this weekend. I mean, I definitely want Kenny's opinion on it, but it's something very different for Estes that most people don't hear about. I've always questioned it. It was my first experience. I think when you're new to Estes, you really do listen because, like, now I feel desensitized. Like, I'm really like,
Okay.
nope, not hearing it, or it's all static, it's all radio.
Right.
But my first experience was a little.
that's
off.
correct, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can even do this actually.
So, yeah, I definitely want people to hear about it because it does get a bad rap. I don't like it either, but I do have a few times where things were a little weird in the beginning for me. And that's when I was more with groups than I was with Joe. But I still debunked while I was in those groups. Like, yeah, I don't think that's anything paranormal.
All right.
Um,
Well, I'll take.
But
a
I'm
look
going to share
and
it this weekend. I
let
think
you know.
tomorrow I'm going to
Yeah.
record it. And Joe's going to hop on with me for a little bit of that recording. It's not going to be a Joe edited movie production. It is going to be like very simple, like I like to keep it. So, yeah.
Okay.
But Joe's getting ready to link it. No one has to subscribe to my channel. It's like a big nothing right now. I've taken a break from it, but
All right, it's
All
in private chat.
and
All right.
it's not a Joe production. I promise. Like, it's so boring.
Good for you. All right.
There you
All
go.
right. Good. All right.
Anybody's welcome. Thank you.
What else? Do you have or read or know of Hans? Wow, I don't even know how to say that. Frudenthal's Lycos. I do not know what that is or who that is. Frudenthal. Oh, I spelled that wrong. So bad.
Oh, jeez.
Gee, and Spirits, how the hell did you even spell that right? I wouldn't know.
Fruden. Like I wrote it down, and what I wrote down and what I wanted to write was not the same thing. So, all right, now I got it. So I wrote it down on my homework.
Homework.
More homework over the new year. All right, so I just put the link to your channel in the chat so people can check it out. You're welcome. All right. Cat's Meow. What was your favorite experience in 2024 for both Kenny and Donna? I mean, like for the show or in general? I did write a list. I actually, I want to write a list. I wrote a list of all the guests that we had.
Oh, but
Which
so
they're on there.
Experience was probably Vegas. Just
Vegas.
When we were out there for a few days and we just got to see
everyone.
People.
Yeah,
it was really nice.
Yeah.
So to actually meet some of the people that are in the chat every week was just cool.
I think it's everything. Like this entire everything that I do with this job is awesome. I mean, I absolutely love it. But the traveling, so I'm going to group that in there. I'm going to group the SciCon into it because we did get to meet like so many people, like Cat Mac, and just chill out. But I also, I mean, we hung out, like we met for the first time at the Blair House, and we got to meet up again at Monroe House, and like I got to meet different people, Jeff, and even Dawson.
Yeah, such a pain in the ass, but yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but it's all these other things too, because it's not just those events, it's other events that I attended, the conferences that I attended when I went down to Indiana, Pennsylvania, and went to a lecture there with Dragon Child, who was in the chat. Like I got to meet her and talk to some of them people. I love not only engaging in this community, but also meeting everyone and being able to hang out and have discussions and conversations and learn from them what they think, why they believe this, and all that inner workings. So, I mean, there's I just love everything about this. I honestly do. Every time I do a show and I get to engage with someone, like a guest, or even when we do these lives, when all of us are trading back and forth and we're on like Seg or yours channel or whatever, it's nice to engage and get those thoughts from other people, different opinions, different approaches. So I mean, I can't pick one thing. It's just not possible. It's all of those stuff combined.
Right. And I think what's really great and is important that you're doing is you're a skeptic, but you're willing to go out there,
I am,
with other investigators, and look, we can all work together.
Right.
And I think this year, we really showed that we can all work together. We all have the same goal. Maybe beliefs are different or whatever, but at the end of the day, we all have that same goal.
But Joe, next time we go with Kenny, I'll have the bourbon rum, and then he'll be like, "Yeah, I believe in ghosts. I totally believe it."
I don't think there's enough.
There they are.
Yeah.
We're gonna be out on the lawn chasing squirrels, going, "Come here, Ghosty, come here!" Oh my god! All right.
Okay, I'll get 4 bottles. Yeah.
Carl, what do you think scientists could do differently on the Shroud of Turin? Oh my biggest. So we did do a 3 Tortured Souls show on this, where me, Tim, and Dave, we took our different approaches at it. And I think the biggest hurdle with that entire artifact is that the scientists are not allowed, they will never be allowed to test what they need to test.
Right.
So they need to test threads of the actual imprint, not other places. They need to take samples from the actual blood. And I say that in quotes because I don't think it is. Just there's too many things that are wrong with it. But that's what they need to be able to do. And to be able to acquire the samples themselves, with the team as witness, not be given samples from the committee and told like these are samples from this place. They can't do that. That's my biggest pet peeve with it, is because if they're being given samples to test, they don't know where the samples came from.
I think that they were only allowed to get a sample, I think, for maybe like a corner or something like it. And it was a very small sample, if I remember correctly. And it did not go the way those who are making the claim.
Well, yeah. They had one section that they were allowed to take threads from. And I mean, we're talking, when we're talking samples, we're talking millimeters worth of thread. And yeah, it was from one section, not where they need to. Like, I understand it's their holy relic, you know, and even though the church official stance is not that it is the Shroud of Turin, you know, the actual shroud that's wrapped them, that's not their official stance. So I want to make that clear. But they are capitalizing off of their flock and the belief of their flock. I honestly, I mean, if you want to go that route, stop all testing. Just stop the bullshit. Just let it be whatever you want to believe it to be. But if you're going to say we're going to open up to testing, then stop the bullshit and let it actually be tested. Because you're riding on it and you're exploiting it. You're exploiting your followers because they're all traveling there. They're all donating and giving tons of money to see this thing because you're letting it ride. So I think it's a very shady thing that the church is doing with that.
Right.
But that's just my personal opinion.
Okay, let's move on.
I just know the stories. I don't know everything about the whole thing. And it would be really great if, you know, they could test it.
Right.
It'd be really cool if it, you know, if it was
yeah.
something, you know, whatever.
I would like, I mean, if they want to, like, if they really want to, then by all means do so. I want to see what the science says. But if you're only going to do it and promote it as long as it follows your own belief, then stop pretending. Just let it ride, you know?
Right.
Michael Stanley Walker. Gotta love that. That's a stage name right there. To Kenny, what's it like having a working relationship with Jason Hawes? Do you guys ever butt heads over your differing views of the paranormal? So it's good. I like Jason. Jason is a good friend of mine. We've known each other for years, going back to the first season of Ghost Hunters. Like, that's when we met, and we've been in touch ever since. I talk to him frequently, and we have a good relationship. We both of us understand that this is work, and it does not affect our friendship. For example, real quick, because I don't want to get yelled at, but like when the whole toad cracking thing happened, he called me and said, hey, you know, I understand your job. Do what you got to do. Do not let it affect our friendship. Because I'm not. And that's cool. I think that shows his character. So I think he's a good guy. Do we butt heads? Yes. But we talk about it. We don't fight. There's no hostility between us because we have different opinions. We've sat at his dining room table. We've been on his boat and had discussions where we go back and forth. And it's like, no, I don't think so. And we explain both our cases. And so it's not butting heads per se. It's having an adult conversation.
Right.
That's what it is.
It's a respectful debate, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And no, Jason, he is a great guy. I've talked to him as well. I don't talk to him like every week or anything like that because I don't want to bug the guy. I feel bad like messaging him, like, you know, I'm like, I feel bad. I feel like,
dude, I make fun of him. If I see one of his videos and he does something, I'm like, you look like an idiot. Stop that.
You know, Jason, again, going back to, you know, that whole debacle thing, whatever. He knows that I don't believe that, but he's fine with that. I've never had like any kind of arguments or whatever.
Right.
but I'm also just trying to be respectful about the whole situation. And it was funny because he had said a while back in one of his live streams, like, hey, Joe messaged me, and Joe doesn't believe in this. And I can't remember exact words. And I'm like, oh no, I wish he didn't bring that up. I don't want the backlash from this, and I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, every time I've approached him with something, like it's cool, and I mean, he's just a nice guy. That's it. And I think I strive to be that way too. Like, I don't want people to be afraid of me and not ask me a question because they're worried that I might yell at them. I don't really yell at anyone that I know of.
I will say, like your older videos.
The what?
Your older videos that you
Oh
have.
yeah.
You're kind of an asshole.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, I can't deny it. Yeah, I was
But
very
you
angry.
evolved. You evolved, and you understood, and now you come at it differently.
Yeah. I mean, and I think we all grow. I mean, when we start doing stuff like this, we grow, we find our way. And that when I started doing those videos, I was doing it more for myself. I was still at that stage where I didn't understand that I was really talking to anyone. Like, I didn't think anybody would watch the video. It was just me doing it, and that's it. So, I mean, I think there's one video I took down because I know I was just like,
You just went off.
I said the F. I said fuck so many times, and I was like, this is just not. I got to take this down. This is stupid. This is just doing it just to do it. So I took it down. But yeah, I mean, hopefully I've done much better. I ain't afraid of no Biddle. You're gonna call Biddle Ostrich. Thanks, Bob. Oh my goodness. But I did do a list before we go into the next question. I did a list, and of guests that we've had in the year, because this is the last show of 2024. So real quick, I'm going to go off. First, starting January 12th, Beardo was our first guest.
Oh, wow, of the year.
Yeah, he was the first guest of the year. We had Ben Radford on twice. We had a panel of skeptics, including Adrian Hill, Tim Vickers, Dave Schumacher, who's not really, he doesn't really consider himself a skeptic. So Dave, I wouldn't. But Melanie Teresa King, Daniel Reed, Shane Smith from Beehive Skeptics. We had John O'Connor on, the author of The Secret History of Bigfoot. We had Alex Matsuo. Cat Mac was on. Date night Cat Mac. We had Kev Kerr, Daniel Reed. Oh, Daniel Reed and I, we did a live from the Grafton Monster Festival.
Yeah.
We had Nat Going Bananas, the young lady that did like the Predators kind of thing, the adult Predators. Eric Altman, Bigfoot guy. We had Stevie from Truth and Demons, Truth or Demons podcast. She was on. Adrian Hill came on to talk about the Winchester Mystery House. Melanie Teresa King was here in studio. She was here for a couple days, hung out. She was in studio. Julia Vicentin, I think I said her name right, the video editor, who's also the moderator of my TikTok lives. We had this guy, Joe Vitale, and Jeff from Boo Productions on.
Those
when we
guys.
talked about Monroe House. We had Adam Chefs on that did the History's Haunted Headlines.
Yeah.
Really, really nice guy. And then Margaret Downey, who did the Frigatrescadecaphobia.
That was pretty good, Ken.
Thank you. I was practicing all day. All day I was going through like Frigatrescadecaphobia.
You didn't have the side-eye guy on this year?
I did not.
Wow.
You know what? I think he might have just popped on.
You've been on Seg's videos though.
Right. And I think in the middle of the year, I was doing a lot of cameos. I was doing, people were reaching out because I think many of the channels started doing stuff on like equipment. So they were reaching out, and I was doing little segments on different equipment.
Quite a few of them. I said, go to Kenny Biddle. He has videos on this, or he knows something.
Yeah. I try to make videos on all of them, but it's just so, I mean, Joe, I mean, it's hard because there's so much footage, so much editing. It's not like I have so much respect for people like Beardo who can do a video like every day or every other day. Seg that does maybe once a week or every couple days. I mean, I can't do that.
He puts too much research. and
there's
time
too much into it.
You
You
have
know?
to be ahead. You really had to be ahead for yourself. If you're going to put out a video, you really need to like be ahead. You know, you
Yeah.
start it, and then you kind of accumulate, and then you get into the rhythm of being able to do a video every day. But those videos don't come out until like weeks later or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but I'm too. I have articles. I mean, you can see the edge of my board here. They're all the projects that I have going on. And there's 16, 15, because number 1's erased. But all those are articles and videos that I'm working on currently. And sometimes like it takes me so long to research and because I'm so anal about researching this shit. I gotta know my shit, you know?
Joe knows what you're talking about. He's still finding stuff on our big project several months in, and he's like, "Oh, another breakthrough!" All this week, I've heard 3 breakthroughs already.
I do have a question for you though. Said you want to be sure of something, but that can wait until after. No rush on that one.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's go on to the next question. We got a half hour left. Ooh. Have you made your own lightsaber yet? Yeah. Well, we did. We made them. I think did Connor make one? No, was it just me?
It was just you.
It was a while ago. It was before Star Wars Land had the good lightsaber ones that you make, the good ones that are way too expensive. So they had like the old plastic ones. That was it. Before Star Wars Land, Disney still had the Star Wars franchise, and we went into one of the stores and they had all the pieces, the plastic pieces that you could put together. So I did one of those, but I do have several lightsabers that I do play with. And I do fight imaginary bad people.
Great things.
I do great things. I chase the dog around.
She doesn't like it.
She doesn't like it at all.
All right. Moving on.
What's your midichlorian count, Kenny? Off the charts. Just all right. Next. Uncharted territory there. Anakin has nothing on me. Cool wheel. Do you think that most paranormal experiences are people responding to other people and the power of suggestion? Some experiments are interesting when they take it away. I don't think I wouldn't. I think it's going out on a limb to say most because I don't know. I think there's a lot of influence from people. I think you catch the bug, so to speak, when someone has an experience and they're like, "Oh my God, I saw that," and everyone kind of goes with it, whether they want to or not. And I want to make that clear. Some people do it because they actively want to be a part of that attention. Other people just get caught up in the moment. There are times we've talked about it before where someone will start telling a story and another person will join in and they're friends, but the second person wasn't actually at the location at the time. They just heard the story so many times that they know it. They know the details and they start filling in the blanks. I think most experiences are down to misinterpretation. That would be my opinion on the majority of experiences.
And the priming, don't forget that.
Priming, yes.
Yeah.
When you're primed to go into a place that you're primed that it's haunted, you're primed that it has certain ghosts in it, you're primed that certain experiences happen, guarantee you're going to have something happen.
Right.
Unless you're like me. then nothing's going to happen.
Or me and Joe. Yeah.
So, really, it's so easy to do. I was with a friend of mine. This was years ago, and he wanted me to help him out. They were investigating a place, and I wasn't so sure about a couple people. Just some of the things that they were saying about what they experienced just seemed kind of like off and like some inconsistencies. So anyhow, we're standing in this hallway. And it's a long hallway at this location, and I'm like, "Do you guys see that?" Now there is nothing there, nothing. I'm like, "Look, there's a shadow down there, and it keeps moving it keeps going to the left, and it keeps coming back, then it'll go to the right." I'm like, "You guys are watching this?" Again, there's nothing there. Every single one of them is like, oh my God, yeah, there it is. And they're like, oh my God, yeah, it did go this way. Yeah, it did go that way. And I'm like, guys, there's nothing there.
Wow.
That's how easy it was.
Yeah. To convince them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't. It's that easy. It's that easy.
And it is the, for this, that's the power of suggestion, because you suggested. Am I saying that right?
Suggested.
That suggested an experience. You didn't even describe it. There was no details that you gave, yet just the general idea of like, down there, did you see that? People got it. Like they're like, oh yeah, I see something, and they're looking for something, and they're trying to make it work. And it's fascinating. I mean, I haven't done that. That's it. That's something I'd like to do.
Do that.
Yeah, just to see what would happen. Like, hey, oh my God, do you see that? Holy shit!
Well, I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I was
I
going
don't
to
think-
say.
You're gonna have to have somebody else with you.
But yeah, I think it really comes down to misinterpretation. Teach it forward. I
Woohoo!
think at this point we can count Joe and Dawn as the final guest of 2024.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Sorry.
Oh no, don't worry about it. It's all right. Like I said, I was just open. I understand. I think there's a shyness when I invite people on just to come on and just hang out. There's a shyness.
Well, and a lot of people aren't ready either, because like you sit on the couch in your jammies watching,
Watching everybody.
Yeah, so
I do.
I mean, people aren't just ready to.
I'm in my
jump on.
jammies now. But I mean, I get it. No, I mean, I actually did put it in the description. So if anybody read it, like you knew like hours ago that you could do this. But I
Well,
understand,
know,
like
but I
not
mean,
everyone.
Not everybody. Sees
not
that
everybody
either. They
wants
know
to.
That we're the same time every week. so
But
they
I
don't
like
come
engaging.
over.
I like when people come on and hang out.
Well, maybe give them a heads up.
I
Like,
did
hey,
give 'em a
we're
heads
gonna
up.
Do a New Year's Eve show, and if you want to come hang out with us,
That's exactly what I did. Like exactly. It's all right. I'm just messing with
I
everyone.
was ready. I just didn't have my skeptical tea mug because I left it in Kentucky before I left.
Oh, it's okay.
I didn't have my t-shirt. None of that stuff.
Hey, Miss Faith. All right. Oh, yeah, Michael didn't hop on the other day. Thank you, Michael Burkine. Kim, hello, my new best friend. Do you believe that some people are sensitive, not psychic, but sensitive to other people and surroundings, that they can feel other people's feelings or emotions? No, I don't think that people. So wait, let me explain a little bit more. Most of my answers never are just clear yes or no. But in this case, I think it's not that they're feeling someone else's emotions. You observe other people's emotions. I can see when someone's feeling down or scared or frightened or happy or freaked out. I mean, you see that there's contextual cues where you see their facial expressions, their body movements, how they're holding, if they're hesitant and going in certain places, or if they want to go back, or if they're tired, or if they're yawning. There's so many cues that you can pick off of people to read them, where you're reading their body language, basically.
You wanna read my body language right now?
So yeah, I know you're like tired and you're like, I want to go home. This is not going into 3 hours, but it is. So I don't. I've met dozens and dozens, probably more in the hundreds of people that claim to be psychic, medium, or sensitives, or empath. So, which means like they can feel other people's feelings, and it really hasn't proven to be any kind of special ability. It's more observation skills. I look around a room and I can see when people are freaked out, annoyed, tired, something like that. But I'm not going to attribute that to magical powers. Some psychologist, Howard Gardner, will call this interpersonal intelligence. Yes. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's, and I'm not trying to be insulting by saying a superpower, but that's basically how I would describe it. It's not a superpower. It's just paying attention, which honestly, more of us need to do. We do need to pay attention more to our surroundings, to other people that are with us, to what we're doing, when we're doing it and not have those moments of not paying attention, because once you stop paying attention, you lose a whole bunch of information. What do you guys think?
So I had to see a psychologist because I have bad anxiety, horrible in front of a camera. The only reason why I see this, the only reason why I did go see the psychologist anyways is because there was something was going on, and I almost was on freaking TV. But anyhow, they suggested, because I was very awkward and with the being in front of the camera and stuff like that. They're like, "Why don't you go talk to a psychologist?" I'm like, "Why a psychologist?" They're like, "Go talk to one," and I did. And actually, he actually does. My psychologist that I was seeing, he's retired now, but he actually believes in the paranormal, but he has a different take on most of it, anyways. But we had this conversation, and he said that people, there are a lot of people out there who have, how he explained it to me, was an extremely high IQ of their surrounding, that they're able to pick up on things that other people are doing, where you can tell if somebody's happy, they're sad, or things like that. It's not that they're psychic. They just see something that that person is displaying and pick up on it. Mm-hmm. And of course, you know, when you're in a room with people who may be sad or for whatever reasons, and they explain why they're sad, they can bring you down too. It can make you feel sad for that person. So even observing somebody who may be sad, you may feel sad for that person, and for whatever reason, it's being, it's to them, it's like, oh, I'm picking up on their emotions, and that's not really the case. It's kind of like going to the movies and one certain scene of one of the Ghostbuster movies where everybody just cried because, oh my God, right? It gave you, that film brought emotion, and that person brought you emotion.
Right.
But there's also your occupation. Like when I was married to a cop, you know, the observant skills of him versus me in a restaurant, paying attention to everybody, everywhere we went, paying attention to everybody. Very observant. Like, oh, I think this guy's sketchy. You're like, and they're just like, they're being observant because of their job. They have to, and it's just like natural talent once they get used to it. So I think that is a play too.
I agree. Like when I go in, if I go on these adventures with ghost hunters or other investigators and stuff, I'm always looking at them. I'm watching them because first and foremost, I'm trying to make sure, one, nobody is out to hoax something, because I want to make sure, that doesn't happen. Two, I want to make sure no one makes a mistake, accidentally bumping into something or something like that.
A handcuff key.
Yes. But I also want to see how they're reacting to things, like how they're reacting to what I'm saying, because especially that's something I've like I guess you call it a skill or a routine more. It's a routine that I've developed over the years where I'm paying attention to the reactions to not only what I'm saying, but the entire conversation in general, because if they are not liking me, I want to get that vibe and I want to just shut it down, because I don't want to, if I keep talking, they're just going to hate me more. So I want to stop it as soon as possible and maybe take a different approach, go down a different path, and change the subject, something like that. So, Cree Storm, you were all talking about being in the same room and seeing or feeling others' emotions, but what about those that are in other states and you just know something is wrong and you call and there is? So for that, this is, I love Cree. I love the questions.
I knew you would love
I know.
Because it just popped up and I shut off questions an hour ago.
So right now, this is anecdotal. So you would need some other information to back this up. And does it happen all the time? Is it just so happen that maybe you had some kind of cues? I don't know. Understand that there is a whole bunch of information that's missing from that scenario that we see right on screen right now. There's a whole bunch of information missing. We don't have the whole story. So I can't answer it. I can't give you an accurate answer because I don't have all the information. You could have picked up on something from the news. You could have picked up on something that happened weeks ago, something that they might have said during a conversation. I don't know. And I'm not going to, well, I don't want this to sound combative or confrontational. I'm not going to keep making guesses because that's going to make me just guess. That's all I'm going to be doing is guessing. I just don't have all the information.
I do want to say, Kenny, this is something you probably look into because there are other people who've had this type of experience too. For example, my younger brother back in 1994, he had passed away. I knew he passed away before anybody even told me. There was a disconnect. It was really weird. It was a really weird feeling. Now, keep in mind, though, he was in the hospital, but they said he would be fine and that he would be coming home. But then the day before he was supposed to come home, he died. Now, I wasn't at the hospital. I was at the house. And it was really weird because I just knew. Now, this has happened again with other family members. Most recently, my mom. My mom died unexpected, like out of nowhere. And I knew before anybody told me that she was dead. It was a very weird feeling, and it felt like a disconnect. I never really bothered to really research or look into it, but I have heard other people have those same kind of experiences. And I do find that interesting.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at.
I know.
So with that kind of thing, like,
that's really. I mean, I'm sorry for that experience, but it's kind of neat that you have that connection.
I don't know. I don't know if you want to discuss it. It's up to you. If you want to keep going, or you just want to let it go.
Hey, if you want to, or if we still have a lot of questions, it's up to you ultimately.
Yeah. The only thing I would say then is that, at least for me, when I look at a situation, sometimes I assess this situation, and I had that feeling, not based on any kind of like supernatural kind of thing, but based on experience. But also, I do have a background in emergency medicine. So when I see a situation, I'm usually like, yeah, this is not going to go well. And I prepare myself right away. As soon as I hear the news or something like that, I sometimes prepare myself for the worst. And when it does come, it's not a surprise. But I don't know if that applies here. I'm not sure because your experience is different from my experiences. So I don't know.
Right.
And I don't have an answer because I don't know again, I don't have all the information. And that's usually when I say, all right, we'll just leave it at that. It's an unknown. It's a cool story, and it's cool, like interesting. I don't. Yeah, sometimes I pick the words that I'm not sure if they're right.
Get it. It's fine.
It's an interesting story, and I'll leave it at that. That's it. There's no reason to go any further. So before we move on, I just want to say thanks, Kim, again. Oh my God. Holy crap.
Joe. Joe gets a tip, though.
I love it. Thanks, Joe. I'm wicked smart. Almost as smart as Kenny.
Oh, no.
I do watch people act a lot. Thanks for answering my question, but my superpower is being Kenny's boyfriend. Oh, my goodness.
Best friend, not boyfriend. Did you say boyfriend?
Boyfriend or best friend?
I hope you said best friend.
Best friend. I thought that was like BFF.
BFF.
I've got a girlfriend. All right. Michael Burkeen. Kenny, who is your favorite inventor? And what is your favorite invention? And don't say specialty. Damn, that was my answer. It was me and specialty. I don't know. This is not something I keep track of. So I don't know who my favorite inventor would be. My favorite invention? Alcohol. I mean, I think that's cool.
You didn't say tea, so
I didn't say tea. I said alcohol.
You know?
Alcohol is just like one of the greatest inventions in history. I mean, that's great. Makes people fun. Well, not everyone. Sometimes it makes them a dick, but there you go. All right.
Kim says best friend.
Best friend. Okay. Whew.
Right.
Thought I had extra responsibility there. All right, good. Thank you, Kim, so much. I appreciate it. Kenny, a question: could you ever reanimate? Do you think you could ever reanimate human flesh? I mean, I'm sure you could. I mean, that's
I think
basically
this
we
is
do
when
it.
You were talking about the shroud.
that.
Warren,
There was
so it
something.
came up around
Who
that
was
time.
something came out about? I read something the other day. I just read the headline, but it was saying something about oh, you need. Oh, it was like a documentary or something. You need a drop of DNA, and we could resurrect or clone Christ, and this and that. And it was something about the Shroud of Turin. I think it was on Netflix or YouTube or I don't know something. But it
There's
came up.
something coming on next week about the shroud. of
Maybe.
Turin.
But I looked at it
Unexplained.
and it said like all you need is a drop of DNA, and I'm like, a drop? I don't think that's how it works. It's not a drop. Like it's not like water
Or blood.
or blood. It's not a drop like that. No, because it wouldn't be any. So I don't know. I think you can reanimate human. Well, some of it. I mean, organs. You do that. You basically have them on ice, and then you start them up again like a heart. So this is beyond my pay grade. I don't know this, so I will slowly go on to the next question because I don't know how to answer this. It's not my area. Ben Radford. Oh, jeez, him. Did you see the video by a paranormal author named Mike Ricksecker, where he reported mysterious lights in the woods near the Hinsdale house? What do you think of that? I did. Maybe I did. I think I did. Is this the one that did we talk about this? The fairy lights?
I think he's written a lot of books. He's on a lot of shows. And stuff
Yeah.
Like
I think this came up a while back, and yeah, you know what? I think it was you, Ben, and I that talked about this because I did question it. The video came up. I did watch, and they were doing something about fairy lights. Like they literally called them fairy lights,
that. Yeah.
and they were zooming in on little lights. And when I'm talking lights, I'm not talking like the flashy globe thing that we watched earlier. We're talking allegedly tiny little pinpoint lights in the grass. All right. Like they were going down in the grass, not zooming in, but just putting the camera down at the grass at night with night vision, and you still couldn't see the shit.
What was this done when when there was a lot of moisture in the vegetation? Was the
I don't
vegetation
know.
wet?
I'm not sure because they were outside. I don't know if it was dry or if it was after like there was some dew or anything like that. But apparently they were describing like green lights and that they could see them, and it looked like they were moving around and they were on the ground talking to the lights. Like we're talking teeny tiny pinhead lights.
I'm having a Kenny Biddle moment.
Good.
Maybe we need to go to Buffalo soon then.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I've been there,
Yeah.
never seen them. I did question him. I posted on that video, like, what are you looking at? Like, why didn't you go closer? Why didn't you zoom in? Why didn't you do that? And our interaction was not pleasant because he made a lot of excuses. Actually, let me correct that. He made up several excuses. He made one good point, and then we talked about that point. I conceded that he was right on that point, but then we had a conversation about all the other things that were done wrong, and he stopped talking to me after that. So I'm pretty sure that conversation is over.
I guess when we go to the Hinsdale house for the first time in my life, I will be saying, "Let's go fairy hunting."
Yeah. I mean, the place is if when you look up the hill out back, you can
That's
look up the
creepy.
hill.
It might have been spider's eyes.
Well, it might, maybe that might, but they were only reporting one, not two. But I guess, yeah, it might be just the angle. I don't know what it was. again, like they did not actually get a sample. They didn't go close. They didn't take the camera and go actually into the grass. It was literally like if I was standing here pointing the camera at the ground. That's how close they got. So it was a waste. It was a clickbait video. And I just think it was just poorly done.
It's like that damn picture that went around of a grasshopper that was flying, and they're like, "Look, proof that fairies are real." I'm like, hello, grasshoppers can fly. They have wings.
It was brought up about a certain lightning bug that has blue. It was blue. That was it. I'm sorry, it wasn't green. It was blue. They were talking about blue lights because it was there's a certain lightning bug, but it's only like a certain part of the Appalachian Trail down south that have a cluster of lightning bugs that have blue lights instead of the yellow green that we usually see.
I'll have to pay attention to that. I mean, we get a lot of lightning bugs here, but they're bulbing green.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. How about we play a little theme song and then we'll come back and go through the rest of these questions.
Are you going to be able to get through them?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So we're going to take another break. We're going to play Donna's theme song. So we'll be back in 2.5 minutes from now.
In the skeptical helper, there's a guiding star, keeping chats in line. She's the queen of the bar, with a wink and a smile. She keeps things flowing. Divine Donna's on the scene to keep you from trolling. Divine Donna, watch her keep the show on track. Moderates with flair, she's got your back. With her love, Kenny Biddle every Friday night. In the skeptical help bar, she's a delight. Start your questions with a capital Q, so Donna can pose them for you. Follow the Swayze rule and be nice, or she'll kick you out for life. Divine Donna, watch her keep the show on track. Moderates with flair, she's got your back. With her love, Kenny Biddle every Friday night. In the skeptical help bar, she's a delight. Rarely says a word, unlike her hubby. Doesn't let the show run into hour 3. She may be quiet, but she reads all the chats. So say hi, or thanks, she deserves that. Divine Donna, watch her keep the show on track. Moderates with flair, she's got your back. With her love, Kenny Biddle every Friday night. In the skeptical help bar, she's a delight. Rarely says a word, unlike her hubby. Doesn't let the show run into hour 3. She may be quiet, but she reads all the chats. So say hi, or thanks, she deserves that. Divine Donna, watch her keep the show on track. Moderates with flair, she's got your back. With her love, Kenny Biddle every Friday night. In the skeptical help bar, she's a delight. In the skeptical help bar, she's a delight.
Ooh,
Divine Donna, I gotta sing it.
Divine Donna
I
keeps the
just
show
don't say
on
much
track.
like her hubby. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
That is so much fun. Oh my gosh, I love these songs. I do. I literally do sit here sometimes during the day and just play the songs. Oh my god. All right, let's see if we can shotgun some of these questions. Thoughts on the guys at Watcher? Personally, I don't believe, but I find it very entertaining. I don't know what that is.
Because we know quite a lot.
So all right, so the YouTube channel Watcher.
Okay.
It used to be Ghost Files. They're a lot of fun. They're different. They got one guy who's skeptical of everything, and another guy who just believes. And yeah, I mean, it's a fun channel to watch. I'll say something about this after the show. Not about them in a bad way, because they're
Okay.
fun. They're great. Just
They have a big following.
Okay, cool.
There's a lot of skeptical people in their audience. I was really surprised. They're
Yeah.
the ones who really want to. Every time they go somewhere, they're researching, they're looking, and they're like, "Yep, nope." And it's really it's interesting. I was surprised.
All right. I'm gonna try. Oh, Watcher. There it is. I'll try and check it out. Okay. Yep. What types of book? Oh, wait. Teach us forward. Okay. What types of books does Tim collect for the library? I may be willing to part with some of my psychology books so that the collection continues to grow. So I don't know if he's still in. He's probably too late for Tim right now. But I know that we have skeptical, paranormal, free thought. The psychology books might work. I mean, oh wait, there it is. No Reader's Digest or cookbooks.
Darn it.
We have a good collection of everything though. Like today I went down because in my research, I was looking for an article in Fortean Times about vampire killing kits. And I was able to find it because we have a full collection down there. So I was able to find it and read the original article, which is great. I mean, I'm telling you, I can't wait till you guys visit because we have an awesome library. You think I have a lot of books? Nothing. This is a drop in the hat.
I know it's going to be like a week's visit because I told Joe like the food alone would just make you want to stay for a week up there.
Yeah, there's enough
Yeah.
places to go.
Yeah, tomorrow, hopefully, we're supposed to go out to Rochester.
It
We'll
depends
see.
on this morning.
Yeah, I have something to do in the morning, hopefully. But is Amy still watching? Because I sent Vance a text. Amy, if you're watching, ask Vance if he got my text. But maybe tomorrow afternoon or late morning, early afternoon, we're supposed to head out to Rochester for there's a place that does like these garbage plates of food. And they're supposed to be really famous in the area, and it looks good. Just a whole bunch of food just slopped on a plate, and you just nom. Yeah.
Just came up to you in Rochester. I'm like, oh, that's close.
So yeah, there you go. That's Tim. Anybody that doesn't know, this is Tim Binga, our librarian. Awesome guy, knows you ask him about a book, if we have it, he knows. Like it doesn't matter if he got it 25 years ago or yesterday. Like he knows what we have, and it's amazing. He's a wealth of knowledge, so it's so awesome having him here. Oh, he's checking right now. Awesome.
But do you have the book A Light in the Attic or Where the Sidewalk Ends?
Well, I'll have to wait and see if he's. Is that have something to do with?
Yeah, Shel Silverstein. Well, we used to call him Steen, but I guess it's Stein. He's a poet guy. It was a joke. I was hoping because you're a few seconds older than me.
It's almost like Dr. Seuss.
I thought you would know what I was referring to.
I don't have it. Nope.
No.
I don't have Yeah, I gotta make a ticker. What's the next question? And we'll
you want to get to a question?
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Kenny Joe or any investigator. Have you ever investigated a voodoo spiritual ritual while in session? Oh.
No, not me.
I've investigated locations where allegedly
it happened, but not
those things happen, but not during. I really don't like to take part in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, your shrine was a big one for ritual stuff.
Okay.
That would be pretty cool to do.
There you go. Oh, I'm sorry.
Make it a ticker.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I gotta let me make it a ticker. There we go. There. Oh, all right. Save. And then now I'll put it up there.
There we go.
So if anyone has any books they want to donate to the library, or your question about them, there you go. That's who you contact. As for the voodoo question, no, I have not. I was actually diving into that too, with Marie Laveau, yeah, Marie Laveau, and a possible artifact from her. So, like I said, the case I'm working on, big, much bigger than I thought. So it's involving a whole bunch of different areas and subjects. So I will be emailing Tim in the next couple of days. Good. All right, cool. All right. How we doing on questions? Let's go. Let's go. Oh, we're almost done. We're actually doing good. Cat Mac. Oh my God, what is that?
Toblerone.
Toblerone. A good diner or the best diner? Dinner? Oh, wait. What is Toblerone? What is that?
It's that big
I'm-
chocolate bar from
The
Frank-
chocolate bar, something like
Yeah,
Is it?
Remember the
Oh
big
my
chocolate
God.
bar that's in like the
Joey
yeah,
likes
exactly. It's like a triangle box or something.
chocolate.
Toblerone.
Toblerone.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's that. Yeah, the triangle box. Have we ever had that?
No,
I don't think I've ever
I
had
know, I
that.
don't think we've ever tried it. We
It's
always
old
see them
school.
in the airport.
You know what?
Never bought one.
I think it's up, like at the duty free store when we go into
Yeah, I think
Niagara
it is.
Falls. Like
Next
it's
time we go
yeah,
there,
we'll have to
maybe
get
we'll
it.
pick one up.
I think I just never did it.
Wow, the duty free store. That is
Duty free, man.
I
That means
never
they have
heard.
no bathrooms for Joe.
No, I mean like because
Duty
when like people will cross over from Canada to Michigan and vice versa, we'd have those. So to hear that, because I haven't heard that said in forever. So to
Oh
hear
my
that, I'm
God,
like,
yeah.
oh my God.
I love it. I went up there a couple times for work actually, and come back, go right to the duty free. They have the big bottles, and they have a Captain Morgan flavor that I haven't seen in the States. So I was able to get a bottle or two of that, but they have big bottles. Like, yeah, this is econo size. I like that. That's my kind of rum. All right.
It's a cool little store to visit on your way out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I could spend
It's like the
so much
perfect
money in there.
place.
So much money. All right. Tea and spirits. Future topics for show. First contact communication. Have you read Linkos? Oh, by hand. That's just. Have you asked that before? There's the second time that came up.
That's the second time it came up.
Times 2
Design of a language
for
for
cosmic intercourse. Whoa.
I was saying I only saw cosmic intercourse. So like Joe, you better like pay
What are
attention.
we talking here?
You gotta read this book.
First contact communication. Wow. That's a topic. Yeah. You know what? That is a good topic for the Three Tortured Souls. That would be
Better
good
than
because
this show, yeah.
then we could research that and do a full show just on that because that's a big topic. First, not only just first contact, what would happen, what kind of communication, but if it's even possible. With current technology, at least in from our perspective. Kenny, you need to try Galaxy chocolate. What do we try? There's something I know we've gotten chocolate from the duty free store, but I don't remember what it was. It wasn't the triangle one. It was something else. It was like a
Cat
big
Mac,
bar.
You can't get them here. You can get them at the airport, but I don't think I've ever seen them in like a regular
shop.
store.
No,
I'll have to look. I'm gonna look because I think
we're on a mission.
If I would have saw it, I would have picked it up just to try it. 'Cause I always wanted to.
We're on a mission from God.
Chocolate.
We're going to Canada. We're going Canada. All right. What else we got?
Oh wait, here
Oh,
Wegmans has it.
Wegmans? What?
All right, well I guess I know where we're
There's
going.
Wegmans.
Thanks, Tim.
From here.
See, Tim knows everything.
No, that's Wegmans. Never mind.
Yeah, that's
Or
different.
Wegmans up north. Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, you know what else Wegmans has?
Yes.
The Lego
I
figures.
know. New Year's Eve.
We're going to get some Legos and chocolate.
Oh.
It's a Christmas miracle.
They thought
That's
cosmic
something.
intercourse somewhere gonna play into that whole thing.
We'll try it on New Year's Eve.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Did
We'll
you
do
guys-
our New Year's Eve show.
So
And we'll
anybody
try
that
some
can
chocolate.
Get themselves a Toblerone bar.
Toblerone.
I don't even know how to say it.
Toblerone. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
The picture here looks like a pyramid. We have had this.
I haven't.
I have it. I've had this. I have, yeah, because I remember breaking off the little pyramid things, going, "Ooh, look, aliens!"
Is it like caramel?
It's Swiss milk chocolate with honey and almond nougat.
Honey and almond nougat. I
Yes.
don't think I've ever had it. You must
Oh,
have
I think I
eaten it
have it.
without me.
Probably. I mean, I can see myself doing that. Like, oh, this is too good. I'm not sharing. Legos and chocolate. That's right, Kat. All right. Got any more questions? Dun, 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 dun.
Yes. The
Yeah.
last question that I'm taking.
Teach it forward. I have the most important question of the night. How is Rummy doing? Rummy just had a birthday this week, right? Oh, yes.
Yes.
She is 3.
Yes, she is 3 years old.
3 years old. We were going to
So-
bring her over during the Christmas show, but
Yeah.
We just didn't.
Yeah. Maybe during the New Year's.
maybe if we remember, yeah, we'll bring her over. But she's not one to just sit here. Well, actually, she will.
might that time of night.
She might just
She-
sit in your
she'll
arm,
fall
lay in your
asleep,
arms. Yeah. So, all right. Are we done all the questions then? We're good? Oh, wait. I see Amy. I'm going to put that up. There you go. Will you have champagne and strawberries to go with the chocolate?
If so, I'm in. I have a
I don't
bottle
do
of
champagne. I don't do champagne or strawberries.
I can
Not a
do
fan.
both.
Rum and chocolate.
Rum and chocolate.
If we do
Mm.
New Year's, we might as well toast it, right? We have to have something.
Yeah, we
right?
got to.
So yeah, I'll have some sparkling wine. I'm not sure about the strawberries; they're not really in season, so
If you're going to make me stay up,
I'll have chocolate.
like it's funny. Like I used to just go to bed, and then when I stopped sleeping, I would just stay up, watch other things, or play video games. Like the whole New Year's thing really doesn't. I don't really care. It's just
Yeah,
another
it's almost
day.
Like a blah blah blah.
I'm a bah humbug.
He is.
whatever.
You don't like to watch the ball drop.
It's a big fucking ball. I've seen it 50 sometimes. It's cool. I know what it looks like. Been there. Up. All right. Let's see. Some of the questions that we had, we might
So
have
I cut them off.
cut off because
We had
Donna
so
cuts them
many.
off because she wants to go home and go to get cuddly with her puppy. So-
yeah, right.
Save them for next time. I see Cree. She says that we missed one, but don't worry. We'll be on New Year's and we'll do more questions. So guys, plug yourselves. Where can people find you?
Just Entity 7 Paranormal, and then Don's
Dawn
channel.
_dead __ exclamation point at ampersand. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
jeez. Yeah.
Joe will link it on his channel eventually.
There you go.
'Cause
Yeah.
occasionally he does. Yeah, but
Just put
yeah,
that
we're gonna get hot and heavy in 2025, hopefully, with back on the investigation trail. We've done so much research this year that took us away from it, so
Yeah.
we'll get there, and hopefully come up there to Buffalo
Yeah. Yeah.
or the Buffalo area. Yeah,
Let us know when you're planning. If you get an idea of like, hey, we'll be up this month or something like that. Let us know, and we'll have fun. I'll take you on the tour for the center. I'll take you all through here. We'll hit the Hinsdale house because that's probably what you're going to plan on doing anyway. And there's
lots
a couple
of pizza and wings. Lots of pizza and wings.
Oh,
pizza.
yeah.
So
Oh,
Kenny's not. I don't think Kenny's that big on pizza though.
I don't
Pizza,
care. Like,
yes.
I gotta come up there. Pizza and wings.
Well, you don't like pepperoni.
I don't like
he
pepperoni.
doesn't like
Oh,
meat.
the cup and char pepperoni everywhere. Oh,
Nope. I am a Hawaiian pizza. I like
I
I love
pineapple.
Hawaiian pizza.
I
I'm all
love
about the
that.
pepperoni, though.
Yeah, I gotta grab my tools and open the trunk.
No, I have specific places I have to go when I'm up there. So
Yeah,
Okay. I'm not wings. I don't do wings. I don't.
beef and whack. Like, do you like the Kimmel
We tried that.
We tried it. We were
And it
all
was
so
like,
disappointed.
It's just a roast beef sandwich.
Did you go to Schwabble?
We went.
I don't know. I have to look it up.
I don't know.
I
We
what
went
the
to-
outside looks
We
like.
went to the. Well, a lot of them say like best beef and whack, but we went to
Right.
one that was
I
rated the
think
number
it said
one.
the original
Yeah.
or something.
So we went there, and it was like, it's all right.
Yeah.
It was
If
okay.
you gotta go to Schwabbles because it's a small little house, all like these German ladies, and they all like they just give you this tiny little cup, and you feel bad for asking for refills because it's like you feel like you're going to get in trouble because they're German. It's a great place though. It's amazing. Maybe we'll take you there and just give you that experience because I know my way around the Buffalo Pizza and all the stuff I used to love up there.
Okay.
But anyway, I know you guys are ready to go and Schwabbles. I don't want to think about it now. I'm really dreaming of.
You keep saying that. All I can think of is shawarma. That's all I hear is like shawarma. Shawarma. All right. So you guys stick around for a minute till after the outro is done. Everyone else, please have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves and never stop learning. That's basically it.
Yeah.
So
See you.
We'll see you on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I guess we'll see you New Year's Eve.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Hey, diddle diddle, here's a little riddle. Who's the best at bunker? Is it Kenny Biddle? Oh, he's good, not just a little. Not at the bottom or even the middle. Strike a chord like a fiddle. Tasting the rainbow like a Skittle. That's fragile and brittle. You can watch him take a problem and start to riddle the problem away. He does not play. He takes his job so seriously. He loves a challenge and won't turn you away. It's such a skeptic, he keeps stones. Believers exposing the fake. It wouldn't take him long to find a needle in hay. Use a magnet, damn it. Now take a drink of Kenny's specialty. Someone may say that's not for me. To each their own, what really it will be. Man, Kenny's such a skeptic, drinking skeptical tea. Like and subscribe, everybody turn notifications on. And go watch his show and forget about this song. Mr. Wizard or Bill Nye the Science Guy. Can you remember? You like Kenny better, so head to the Skeptical Help Bar and meet the bartender. Pick up a drink and relax, cause nobody does this better. Not even close, not even a little. He's the one and only Kenny Biddle.